The desert has a wild ability to transport me into a calm place. It's unfamiliar, vast, and quiet. We spend so much time filling our lives with noise, with movement. But what if empty space and quiet isn't something to fear? What if it's exactly what we need? At first, the silence feels loud. The mind wants to reach for distractions to fill the space. But here, there's nothing to reach for. Just sand, wind, and the crackle of fire. Take a deep breath, set your worries aside with me for 14 minutes, and come relax as we spend the night in this special A-frame cabin. First, we must cross a barbed wire fence. We're in the middle of a cross-country helicopter trip, flying our 17-year-old ship from California to New York with a few scenic stops along the way. Am I gonna hit?
No, you're good.
Wow, I'm so glad I've been working out.
Wow, this is pretty neat.
When the forecast called for 2 days of brutal wind, we knew it was time to hunker down and wait it out. Just caution, if flying low near the mountains, severe turbulence is possible. 24 gusting 36. After nearly a week of long travel days and hopping from airport to airport, the pace had finally caught up with us. Our bodies were ready to slow down, so the windstorm was the perfect excuse to rest and recharge for the rest of the trip. Well, good morning from the A-frame in Terlingua. We spent a night in this A-frame cabin last night. It's so windy. Today's a bit of a 0 day for us, so we're just going to be kind of hankering down here at this A-frame. Chillin', it's definitely glamping. We have air conditioning and a heater right there and an actual mattress. There's a fridge in here, flush toilets out there, kind of like outhouse style showers. Perfect. I realized last night that I love glamping the most. I also really like remote camping, but I love glamping. Had to wear earplugs last night because it was so windy. This place is creaking up. Being in here has kind of sparked that, like, oh, maybe we should build an A-frame cabin. Between Chris and I, we've been kind of toying around with a couple of ideas for our like mini cabin build. Originally we were going to do something like kind of more square, and now that we've been in here, we're like, well, maybe we should go back to that A-frame vibe. So anyway, it's going to be time to make breakfast now. It is too windy to be cooking outside, so we're going to have to just crack the door and use the camp stove inside because it is rocking out there. This is not cup noodles. This is microwave ramen. What? Shit. Do you think that if I just pour boiling water in it and leave it for like 7 minutes, it would be cooked?
Probably.
Oh my gosh, that's so many noodles. So I just added peanut butter to the noodles. I've never had the top ramen before, but I like adding peanut butter. And if I have them, like fresh vegetables or cilantro and sriracha, I don't have any of that, but that looks like a big shit in this pot. It's just like peanut butter noodles. Yeah, you can taste it. It kind of adds this like nice, like salty, thick umami almost to it. It obviously tastes like a bit like peanut butter. It looks disgusting, but trust me, it's good. Especially if you like pad thai or anything. Or if you like the look of a big shit in your noodles, then this is definitely the technique for you. And now at home, you might be thinking, Jesus Christ, that is a lot of processed food. That's a lot of salt. Yeah. All right, Chris. Top ramen.
I'll be the judge of that.
My favorite ramen is Mike's ramen.
Mm-hmm.
That's my absolute favorite. And then I'll stick some like bok choy down in it and peanut butter. And then afterwards, I'll put sriracha, sesame seeds, and cilantro on it. It's so good. But anyway.
What's the verdict?
It's very vegetable-y. Cooked. I have come to the conclusion that I absolutely love glamping. Okay? I love camping too, and I love I love all camping. Everything. But glamping, I think, has to be one of my favorites. I think because it's the excitement and the coziness of camping mixed with the amenities of not camping. So We're at this place called Okotolos Village, something like that. Not sponsored, we just found this place. Chris actually found this place and was like, look at these cool A-frames. And I was like, yes, let's do that. Well, Chris liked this place because there was like a private airport next to it, so he could land his helicopter right there. Yeah, so it kind of worked out. Place for him to land off airport, and this is kind of right up my alley. One of the draws to this place was the A-frames, because Chris and I have been kind of talking for years about potentially building a small one on our property. We haven't done it yet because it takes a lot of time and we don't have a lot of time. But I just want to kind of show you the campground here. It's pretty cute. It's definitely glamping, stripped down. It's like a little A-frame. There's air conditioning and heat in there, but you had to bring all your own linens, and there's only a fridge. There's no lights. So there's a bunch of A-frames, and there's actually a comfort station. Check out these bathrooms. These are the nicest camp bathrooms I've ever seen. Can you see that? There's a toilet in there. Outdoor shower. Outdoor hand washing station, which is so cool. There's actually hot water in these sinks, which is really neat. I love how they have all of the rocks done. Like, they really use different sized rocks to make a rock garden. It's pretty cool. And then the showers are over here. Hot shower. I love a good campsite where there's bathrooms and showers. When life gets hectic and every hour is filled with something, I start craving stillness. A quiet getaway, a chance to do nothing without guilt. How often do we really give ourselves that permission to just be? No agenda, no pressure to be productive. That's what I love about glamping in a place like this. You've got the comfort of a warm cabin, a flush toilet, running water, but everything else is back to basics. Cuddling up in a sleeping bag, pouring a hot cup of coffee, and just letting the hours drift. This is what it truly feels like to unwind. Just gonna get a bit of water in the pot, because we're going to put a fire in now. The red flag warning is gone. There's a red flag warning since yesterday, which was, I've never seen that before, but what I gather is kind of like a fire warning because of the high winds and super dry conditions, but the red flag warning is gone now. So winds after dying down, we're going to have a fire. I'm just taking some extra precautions just in case we get a spark or something, a little pot of water, and there's a fire extinguisher up in the cabin. I like this fire now. This is a fire making kit that Uberleben sent me. It comes in this cool little black tin, and it's got ferro rod and this thingy, some tinder, and this tinder wick and a tinder wick replacement. I love this stuff. Makes lighting fires really easy if you don't want to use a match. If you want to like kind of practice fire making, we're just going to throw a spark on the fire and see if it lights fast. If not, we'll use the tinder wick.
Got?
Oh yeah. Got a little Coca-Cola for the fire. I've been anticipating this since last night, but last night was way too windy to be added. It's nice and cold now. I like Coke when I'm just drinking it by itself, but I'm having something with dinner, I want Pepsi. No. This is enjoyable. Okay, wait. It'd be awesome if I could turn my headlamp off. We got stars so bright. This amazing fire, the wind has finally calmed down, and I got a little bevy. Oh my God. It's 17 degrees Celsius, my favorite temperature. Best temperature to have a fire because your back's not cold, but it's cold enough that you want a little heat. Absolutely midnight. Hey? Love it. It's so surreal right now to be like camping in the desert, glamping in the desert.
Let's call a spade a spade.
It's glamping. Our A-frame has heat and air conditioning, and we're definitely not remote. You can hear the road there, but
you've stayed in less comfortable motels.
This is actually way better than a lot of places I've stayed in before. Being out here, it is a clear, starry night. It is really weirdly dry. The wind is gone, the smell of the campfire, a little sweet drink. Normally I'm not a big fan of Adirondack chairs not on a hill, but it gives you a great view of the stars, so I'm not going to complain about it.
What do you mean Adirondack chairs on a hill?
I think Adirondack chairs were built for Adirondack mountains. Like you're supposed to put them, they're supposed to be on an incline instead of being slid right back into your seat. They're made to be set on an incline.
Like on a hill.
Like on a hill. That's why they're so weird when you put them on flat ground. They're like, you know, I'm happy as a pig in shit here now. I'm a simple girl. Doesn't take a lot to please me. Absolutely wicked. What do you think?
Wicked. It's comfortable temperature.
After 2 days of hunkering down in a windstorm inside this A-frame, the wind finally calmed and we had our fire. I was super content and ready to move again. My mind was calm. My body was rested. For this trip, food has been really difficult because we're flying in and there's not really like a lot of fresh foods in this area. We're kind of remote and we can't really just go to the grocery store. So in anticipation for that, we brought some backpacking meals with us. So I've never actually had this one. This is the Rocky Mountain Scramble. So my kind of plan with this is to make it into breakfast tacos, but it's really liquidy, so it's probably gonna be a bit of a mess. Yeah, this is scrambled eggs with potatoes and cheese, and I got tortillas, so I'm just gonna toast the tortillas on the stove and then pour this liquid shit into the tortilla, and we're gonna have a messy morning meal, but the tortillas should help give us a little bit more calories because this is really one serving. I'm gonna crunch up some tortilla chips and I'm gonna throw them in here to get some of that corn flavor. It doesn't look great, I'll tell you that. It looks like mush. I was expecting potato chunks, but it's actually like mashed potatoes. This is gonna be really messy. Let's assemble. Throw them in. I've never done this before, so this might be disgusting. Too bad we don't have like some avocado or cheese or cilantro. There's actually cheese in this, but it's already kind of leaking off my... That's not terrible at all. How's that? Messy. Well, our time at the A-frame cabins has come to an end. We had a really nice stay here. We were just hunkering down, waiting out some pretty severe wind the last couple of days on our cross-country trip from California to Buffalo. If you want to see that whole trip, it will be linked on mine and Chris's joint channel. I'll link it up here. It might not be up yet, but if you want to watch the beginning of the series to kind of understand what we're doing here, you can check that out. But anyway, I hope you enjoy this relaxing stay at this A-frame cabin. We've got a beautiful morning here today. It's the perfect temperature. It's pretty calm with the sun going, so we're gonna hit the skies and start heading eastbound. Sometimes boredom is a reset we didn't know we needed. And from that stillness, something new always begins to stir. Sometimes you have to stop moving to find your direction again. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.